I am 96 years old. My wife has been dead for 14 years, and there is something I never told her. Not because I forgot, not because it didn't matter, but because I was a coward. People think the worst regret in life is losing someone. It's not. The worst regret is realizing you had a chance to tell the truth and choosing comfort instead. Let me tell you what I mean. It was 1972. I was 38, married, 2 kids, a decent job, a predictable life. And I was bored, not unhappy, not abused, just bored. That's how it always starts. Her name was Angela. She worked in accounting. She laughed at my jokes. She made me feel interesting again. It wasn't love, it was escape. I told myself all the lies men tell themselves. It doesn't mean anything. I still love my wife. She doesn't need to know. I'll stop soon. I never planned to destroy my marriage. I just didn't plan to protect it either. The affair lasted 7 months. 7 months of borrowed excitement paid for with someone else's trust. And then I stopped. No dramatic ending. No confession. No consequences. I went home, kissed my wife, sat at the dinner table, and said nothing. Do you know what silence does over time? It doesn't disappear. It waits. My wife, Eleanor, never suspected a thing. She trusted me completely. That's what hurts the most now. Not that I cheated, but that I was loved by someone who deserved the truth and never got it. Years passed. Life moved on. The guilt faded into background noise. That's another lie people tell you. That guilt fades. It doesn't. It just gets quieter until something wakes it up. Eleanor got sick when I was 81. Cancer. Fast. Merciless. Hospital room. Machines. Beeping. One night she held my hand and said something I will carry to my grave. You were a good husband, she said. I never once doubted you. That was the moment. The moment I almost told her. My heart was pounding. My mouth went dry. I could have said it. I should have said it, but I didn't. Because I was afraid the truth would hurt her. Because I wanted to die as the good man. Because I didn't want to live with the consequences. She died 3 days later. And here's the part nobody prepares you for. When someone dies, you don't just lose them. You lose the version of yourself that could still make things right. I didn't cry at the funeral. I cried 6 months later, alone, when I realized something unbearable. She died believing a lie. A lie I allowed because it was easier than honesty. People ask me if I regret cheating. That's the wrong question. I regret stealing her choice. I regret deciding for her what truth she could handle. I regret protecting my comfort instead of respecting her dignity. I've lived long enough to understand this. Confession isn't about clearing your conscience. It's about giving someone reality instead of a story that benefits you. I thought silence was kindness. It wasn't. It was selfishness, disguised as protection. Now, I sit in this room surrounded by photographs, by a woman who loved me honestly, while I loved her selectively. And the cruelest part? If she were alive today, I don't know if I would still tell her. That's how deeply fear trains you. So, listen to me carefully. If you are hiding something to protect someone, ask yourself who you're really protecting, because one day you won't get another chance, and the truth you buried will outlive the person who deserved it. I am 96 years old. My wife died believing I was better than I was, and that is the heaviest thing I will carry out of this life. If you still have time, tell the truth. not to punish yourself, but because love without honesty is just a performance. And eventually, the curtain falls.